Hello there. Just during July, uranium producers have dropped by more than 25%. What's going on with uranium producers? Let's talk about that. By the way, regarding uranium, at myfinanceteacher.org I regularly publish the most informative uranium report on the net. In this most recent report, one of the subtopics was uranium price. We do like to look at prices from the cycles perspective, and I did mention that we were expecting a more discernible cycle low in uranium, at least as one of two likely scenarios. Generally, throughout the years, we see that uranium price follows the cycles that usually last for just under half a year, although the actual duration might vary anywhere from around 3 months to up to 8 months duration. But again, the most typical duration is between 5 and 6 months. The current cycle has been going on for 144 days. And given a bit of a positive divergence, where price is showing lower lows versus RSI showing higher lows, it's likely that we're approaching the cycle low on uranium price and a very likely cycle low on uranium producers, that's URA. Looking at a relatively longer term chart here, we see the pandemic low on the left side of the chart. Notice that it's not that common for this 14-day RSI to drop noticeably into the oversold area. All the way back since the pandemic lows, it only happened 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th time. As for the other signs, we see multiple breaks below very wide Bollinger Bands. That's another sign that a turnaround in momentum is likely anytime soon. Perhaps we've even seen the cycle low yesterday. And while this most recent waterfall decline in uranium producers stems from a couple of factors, including the general stock market decline, we see S&P 500 lost around 9% since mid-July. Another factor here is a recent update from KazAtomProm, the largest uranium producer in the world. KazAtomProm has increased its production guidance for 2022, hence leading to a drop in uranium price as well as URA, that's the ETF for the rest of the uranium producers. However, there's quite a bit of overreaction in the market. Let's actually look at the details. This is the updated 2024 production guidance from KazAtomProm. Looking at, let's say, midpoint of the total production, the production guidance has only increased by around 1.3 tons. According to the conversion rate, that's only about 3.3 million pounds. Compare that to well over 200 million pounds contracted both through long-term as well as of spot uranium, you'll realize that this additional 3.3 million pounds is no more than 1.5% of annual consumption. Even that is perhaps somewhat questionable, because just a couple of days before the update from KazAtomProm, we saw this update from Cameco, the second largest uranium producer in the world, where in relation to their joint venture in Kai production in Kazakhstan, they noticed that the production from that joint venture was lower for the first quarter as well as for the first half of 2024. So with the difference of only a couple of days, we do see somewhat conflicting signs from top two largest producers. Additionally, another very important notice here in Cameco's update is that from 2025, Kazakhstan plans to increase its mineral extraction tax, driving up production costs and clearly uranium prices as early as next year, 2025 and beyond. With all that in mind, with market overreaction, what's happening over these several days is probably a good buying opportunity in uranium producers. And while this model portfolio shows that I already hold enough of uranium producers, I'll probably add a little to my position over these several days or a couple of weeks. For much more details, especially for the upcoming September uranium report, make sure to join us at myfinanceteacher.org. Have a terrific Tuesday. Bye bye.